welcome back to episode 3 of Spoopy Month of Spook with Bibliophiles Audiophiles. We are finally moving off vampires, and starting this week, we are into werewolves.
Ow!
Ow! Today, we are doing The Werewolf Meets His Match by Kristen Painter. This is book 2 out of 15 of the Nocturne Falls series. As far as I'm aware, most, if not all of them, are on KU.
I think they all are.
Yeah, I know this one for sure was on KU.
When I was looking for books, because I'm the one that picked out the werewolf
You
books,
did.
I was specifically looking for something that was on KU.
Yeah, that's
so
nice.
I saw this, and I saw the cover, and I'm like, Lydia would probably like this.
I do. I love the cover. You'll see the cover when we post the beforehand.
Yeah,
post.
thing, yeah.
Well, I forgot what we
The
call
thing,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't think. My brain hurts. Okie dokie. Welcome to Nocturne Falls, the town where Halloween is celebrated 365 days a year. The tourists think it's all a show. The vampires, the werewolves, the witches, the occasional gargoyle flying through the sky. But the supernaturals populating the town know better. Living in Nocturne Falls means being yourself, fangs and all. Getting arrested wasn't on werewolf Ivy Kincaid's agenda when she arrived in Nocturne Falls, but her life rarely goes according to plan. The upside of spending the night in the local lockup is finding a hotel room is no longer a worry, but the downside is the man she's come to marry will get his first impression of her behind bars. Not exactly the way Ivy was hoping to meet her pack's sworn enemy, aka her fiancé. Sheriff and werewolf Hank Marrow is the Alpha's heir. Everything he's ever done, from becoming an army ranger to serving in law enforcement, has been in preparation for the day that he'll take over. Getting married to cement a shaky truce is no different. Hank will do his duty, even if it means shackling himself to a woman he has no intention of liking, let alone loving. But Ivy is nothing like Hank expected. As feisty as she is beautiful, she's as determined as he is to make a go of a marriage for the sake of peace between their packs. The trouble is, Ivy has secrets that could destroy everything Hank holds dear, including his newfound love for her.
Dang, that's a lot.
It was a lot. That's 4 paragraphs.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
What are the trigger warnings?
There aren't any, so I put child abuse. No.
There's one, it says child abuse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I put child abuse, and then I think I might also add blood, because it does mention blood a couple times. Not like gore, but it
violence too.
Yeah, it does have violence in it. Not a lot.
Yeah.
It's very mild compared to some stuff.
Compared to other stuff we've read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Jim Fairy. No, I'm just kidding. Did you know she has other books?
Yes.
I didn't. We need to do those.
We do. Anyways, to the average ratings. The average rating on Storygraph is listed as a 3.88.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a 4-star, cute, fluffy book. Not much to it, but it was a cute book. This one's also 4-star. I really do not know why I keep reading these, but they're charming.
Mm-hmm.
3-star, another fun read from the series. Ivy and Sheriff Hank are pushed together in a modern-day arranged marriage to bring peace to their rival plans. The story starts 3 days before the wedding and is set to take place and spans a total of 4 to 5 days. As you can imagine, the book of fast-paced. I truly enjoyed it, but some parts didn't just quite work for me. Overall, though, 3 stars. This last one I picked was a 5-star. This is a great arranged marriage romance. Sheriff and werewolf Hank Marrow agrees to an arranged marriage to a daughter of a werewolf from powerful pack. Ivy, little does she know that Ivy's father is abusive and controls her entire family, and Ivy has been doing everything she can to escape and protect her and other family members from him. Loved all the twists and turns in this one even more than the first book in the series. Was such a sucker for Hank and Ivy's happy ending, and Charlie's too. Very enjoyable read. I do want to add, though, this is part of a series, but you can read it as a standalone. Because a lot of the werewolf ones I was looking at were like series. But this one right here, is a standalone. Technically. Like, it's in a series, but it's a standalone. But anyways, on to our reviews.
Yeah. Take it away, James. Why did I say Jamie?
James.
James.
There's some spoilers coming up, sweetie. You better cover your ears.
Thanks. Anyways, this is my first arranged marriage story.
It's not mine. I've read a couple
like
others.
The trope. Like, I've heard about it, and I was kind of like, well, that seemed pretty cool. So this is my first arranged marriage trope book, and I think I liked it.
It's not my first, but I did really like it.
Yeah, I did really like it. Because I saw the cover, and I was kind of like expecting a goofy story, but it's actually really good.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Me too. My first notes, I wrote Nocturne Falls is giving Sims.
Yes. Yeah, isn't that called Nocturne Falls?
Not in Sims 4, because I literally just looked it up. The world in Sims 4 is called Forgotten. Huh?
The spooky one?
The vampire pack?
Yeah.
Gives you Forgotten Hollow.
Forgotten Hollow, that's what it was. We're gamers.
Gamers. But it reminded me of Sims. The other thing that kind of reminded me of Sims is that the male character's name is Hank.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because in Sims 3, there's Hank Goddard.
Yeah.
And he's a cop. And I was also thinking to myself, along with that, reminding me of Sims, is that Hank is such a police name.
It really is.
I feel like if you think Hank, you think police officer.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know if that's just because of that or whatever it is. But.
Yeah. My next note is getting arrested was bad enough, but sheriff is future hubs. Oof.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming.
That's not something I wrote down, but I thought the same thing. Because, like, damn. Like, imagine you're just like...
Well, I kind of didn't like him at first, but, like, the more you get to know him, the more I liked him. And then I was like, I swear if she hurts this man, I'm going to be furious. Like, I just kept falling in love with him more and more every time.
This had to have been farther into the book, because one of my notes after that says, after those stuff, Ivy has a child.
Yeah, that was a couple of notes later.
But then right underneath that I wrote, Hank sounds hot.
He does sound very hot.
That's kind of like...
In between that one was coffee instead of water and cake. Because, like I mentioned, like, her secret cake. Like, she makes, like, a really good cake. The secret is that she uses coffee instead of water. So if you need 2 cups of water, you do 2 cups of coffee instead. And it's supposed to make it, like, really moist or something. It tastes good. I need to try it. I'm going to try it one day. I'll do it to Dad. I'll just try it. I'll make him some cake and I'll give him to him. And I'll be like, guess what's in it? He's immediately going to guess breast milk. He told me that if I ever made a cake or anything and put breast milk in it and didn't tell him, he was going to disown me. He's like, I will never talk to you again for the rest of my life. I don't care. Oh, my other note was, old lady at the grocery store liked Ivy recycling. I also recycle. I am a not me, not lean recycling machine. And my next note was the son. Her having a son being used against him as leverage.
A note I had before all that, though, my first thought, I guess, my initial theory.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word. My first theory is that Hank's family was going to be good and Ivy's family is going to be bad. Like, Hank's family is going to be the heroes, or Ivy's family is going to be the villain.
That's what it was, isn't it?
It was, but that was, like, my theory in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, like, it's nice to see
I was about to say, I thought that was exactly what it was.
Yeah, no, that was my theory, and it came true.
Well, good.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Yeah, I really am.
Ooh. How the town giving Hank romantic advice was so wholesome. Because, like, everyone knew that she was new in town, he was getting married, and he was like, I don't know what to do. And they're like, do this. Guarantee it, man.
So I loved how everyone had, like, relationships with one another in the town. Like, it's all, like, small town, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody knows everybody, but everyone's, like, really nice to everybody.
Yeah, I love that feeling.
I've read quite a few wolf-themed books, hence why I picked this week's reads. But I wrote that the wolf run, so, you know how, like, they were planning to run? Like, was it after their wedding? Or something like that. They were planning like a wolf run.
Yeah.
It reminded me of this author, Lola Glass.
Yeah.
Because in one of her book series that I've read, that was like the main theme of it. Or not main theme of it. Main part of it is that like the girl who was there and the guy would go on like wolf runs. Mm. And then in like the 3rd book or something like that, it was very centralized around her wanting her freedom, and she went to this pack that no one's really talked to, and they all had a wolf
there's
run.
something like about how now that you're married, you need to see yourself in the like wolf form, kind of like get a better understanding of each other, and how it's like deep, profound. If you run together, it's weird. It's much weird.
Throughout this entire book, the thing that kept repeating in my mind is this. I'm pretty sure it was a Vine. If not, it was a short clipped video. Where this guy is like, he's kind of, like, doing, like, a news interview, or it looks like it's, like, or the video is staged to be like that. And he goes, on all levels except physical, I am a wolf. And then he's, like, looking out over a bridge, and he's like,
oh my gosh.
I like it playing in my head the entire
I've never
book.
seen that.
You've never seen
Is
that?
that a Vine?
Girl, I'm about to show you this right now.
I've never seen that.
I know we have a podcast to finish, but, like...
No, bro.
I need to show you
this
this.
takes precedence.
Oh my god, I can't believe you've never seen this.
I think that I've heard the wolf thing, but I don't remember seeing it.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf. Stop it.
Stop it. Oh my gosh. I have never seen that.
It was so
On all
funny.
levels except physical,
I'm a wolf. And then it's just...
Yeah.
I keep thinking about that the entire book.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
My sister-in-law's Shih Tzu barks better than that. I think I just kept, again, like, everything paranormal links me to Twilight. I just kept thinking about Jacob from Twilight.
Oh, in addition to my Hank sounds hot comment,
Yeah.
several, not really even several, just a handful of, like, comments after that, I wrote in all caps, bro, Hank has me swooning.
Yeah, he does.
Because he was
I
so
love that
charming.
he was, like, wooing her and, like, getting her
Yeah,
flowers and
yeah.
cooking dinner for her and
I
stuff.
love
I was
that.
like, you don't really have to do that because you're going to get married, but, like, it's really sweet.
It's so sweet, I loved that.
Yeah. But, yeah, you got to keep dating even after you're married.
And then, I'm going to skip to this one down here. Hank, for real, just dropped everything for her.
Yeah.
And, like, something happened to her, and he, like, literally
He's
left
done.
work. He was just
Yeah.
like, bye. And I'm like, I need a man like that
Yeah.
who will just drop everything.
I bet he would.
Beastie?
Yeah.
He might. He would be able to go out into the out.
He'd be, yeah. He'd go outside and then get distracted by a bug and then be like, what was it in?
And then go into the porch.
Yeah.
And then be a butthole.
Bro, I almost cried whenever Ivy took a bite of that cookie that had the wolf bane in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nearly killed her. And then, like, he came home and found her.
Yeah, that was why he, like, dropped everything. Because, like,
yeah.
something happened where...
She called him and didn't say anything or called the police department or something. Yeah.
Something along those lines. She made a phone call.
I think she called the police department, but he wasn't there, so the receptionist answered and was like, hey, she called, never said anything. So he knew immediately something was wrong.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Like, someone told him. It wasn't like she talked to him directly. I know that
Yeah,
for
I think
sure.
it was the receptionist or something.
And I thought the whole time someone was trying to get Hank to, like, back out. And I always figured it was probably going to be Ivy's family.
Yeah.
Was trying to get him to back out of marrying.
Well, that's like the whole point. They told her to marry him, and then they're like, "Whoa, let's get him to back out."
Yeah.
But it was like their idea. Apparently, it's because Charlie, like her son, didn't have werewolf quote unquote didn't have werewolf abilities. Turns out he did.
Yeah.
And so the grandpa was trying to get him married off, so that way he would become the dud to the powerful pack.
Yeah.
The rival pack. So
Right.
that way they could be the strongest pack because, you know, that alpha has a dud for a child kind of deal.
Yeah, because once you, if the person you are with has a child already and you get married and you're, like, gonna be the next alpha,
Yeah.
even though they're not your firstborn, you basically adopt them as if they are your firstborn, which is how adoption should work regardless.
Yeah, of course.
But they basically become, in a way, I guess, you're next in line to the throne, and if
Yeah.
they can't shift, then, like...
Well, it turns out it's just the granddad trying to scare him into it instead of, like, trying to encourage him into it. Yeah.
And I thought it was really dumb on their part when, like, it was their wedding day, and they decided to send the picture or video or whatever of Charlie transforming into a werewolf.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I was just like, why didn't you wait till afterwards? Like, he doesn't need to see that now.
Never. Yeah, like, because the granddad hit Charlie at some point, like, punched him or slapped him or something. So if, like, one of my parents or in-laws did that to one of my kids, they would never see them again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, I would never send you another picture or video again. I really liked it when Hank went with Ivy to get Charlie, and he said, let's go get our kid.
I wrote that down, too. Like,
Yeah.
I literally wrote down that on
That
the quotes.
made my heart melt.
I was like, good, let's go get our kid. And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, this is how, like, adoption should work.
Yeah.
Oh, I
it's
love that.
our kid, not your kid.
One thing I didn't... Well, I mean, I know it's a fast-paced book, and it's kind of how it's supposed to be. but I didn't kind of like how it was because I felt like it could have been longer.
It was rushed.
It was rushed.
Yeah.
Because they literally, which, I mean, is kind of the point because they did get married within the span of like 3 days.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of the whole vibe of the book.
Pretty much. But their, like, romance, like, happened real fast because they went from, like, and I put 2 stick figures standing next to each other and then two stick figures, but they're, like, holding hands.
Yeah.
Like that.
Real quick, yeah.
It was real fast. But I really wish it was a little longer.
To be fair, though, like, werewolves do have, like, a mating aspect, and I'm pretty sure it did mention they mated.
Yes.
I think so.
Something
so that makes sense
that
they, like, got in love really quickly.
But I wish it was longer, because I feel like it could have been way more fleshed out.
Yeah. Oh, and, like, Sam, which is, like, her brother, chose, like, their dad's side and everything, and then he, like, made amends, and it turns out he has a thing for Hank's sister. I don't like that trope. Where you get together, and then my sibling and then your sibling also get together. Because at that point, they're basically related. I hate that like trope with a passion.
It gives me the ick.
Yeah, it really does. I'm just like, you guys are basically related and you're gonna be in love now? Okay. Like, you don't have to finish a book where everybody is in love with everybody.
That is how the whole series pretty much is, though. Not like everybody's in love with everybody, but I'm pretty sure
some people like it because it's like putting a bow on things, but I really don't.
But it's like, because like this is meant to be like a standalone in a way.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the series is pretty much like different people throughout the entire town.
Yeah.
That's why it's the Nocturne Falls series. I guess romance stories or whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of like series like that, but that's just me.
Yeah. I was like, what if Sam and Bridget end up together? Wouldn't that be wrong? They're basically related after Hank and Ivy get married.
Yeah. Ivy's dad is trash.
Oh, I was reading that. I said, ew. Oh, I was reading Charlie's dad, not Ivy's dad. But I put, Charlie's dad is from Mobile, white trash. Like Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they were from...
Everybody from Alabama's trash. Oh, yeah, this is like, what, Florida?
No, this was Georgia.
Georgia? Okay, I thought it was Florida.
No, Nocturne Falls is in Georgia.
Okay. But yeah, still, I love that it's in the South. Because usually stuff like this is like Washington, New York.
Was it? I think it was.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. But anyways, regardless. I gasped when Eric challenged him to a duel.
Yeah. And then he lost, and he was like, I'm just going to stab you, and we'll be even.
And I got really scared, like, when they were having their little duel that Hank was going to die.
Yeah.
I figured he wasn't, because, it's just not how the books end, but, like, I still got really scared.
It's HEA, bro. Nobody can die, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we knew that halfway in. No.
Yeah. Alright, I didn't like Birdie at first, but I love her now.
Yeah, that was mine, too. Not my last note, but I felt that way, too.
I also wrote, Hank is such a good dad.
He really was. Like, there was no, like, stepdad. There's just dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, they were in that fight, and then they're like, if anybody steps in the ring, it's wrong. Like, it, whatever. And then, it was like, whoever's side it's on, they're on. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if me and you were in a fight and Elizabeth stepped in the ring, she's on my side.
Yeah.
So that would disqualify me and not you. And
yeah.
You would automatically win. So he went in the ring. Charlie went in the ring and said, I'm here for my dad. And he met Hank. And I was like, that's a really sweet time to admit he's your dad. But for what?
But he doesn't know
He didn't know. He was asleep in the car.
I
really wish they would have
Birdie.
told him more. They kept him in the dark over, like,
but
everything.
He was, like, 7.
Yeah, but still, just be like, hey, bro, stay in the car.
I guess, yeah.
And Birdie had one job. Keep the kids in the car.
Yeah. That was kind of just like, Birdie,
just
let
like,
me down
where
here.
Were you at, If you're not keeping the kid in the car, then where are you at?
My last note is that I really want to read more books by her, so I kind of really want to read the rest of the series.
We really need to. Maybe next October we can just do this whole series, because there's 15 books.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 now, because we did this one. I like the family run. When they get married and everything settled down.
That was like
when
the wolf run
discovered,
thing about,
the mating bond. I thought that was really
cute.
sweet. Yeah.
Oh.
I really like that. You got buzzwords or last comments?
I have last comments with my rating. Do you want to go first?
Okay. HEA, supernatural, unputdownable, and sweet.
I wrote really good. HEA, wish it was longer, but I gave it a 4.75.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Why don't you ever do, like, other points?
Because when I make the collage for the ratings, I have to make the font smaller when you do 4 numbers instead of 2. And it messes my OCD really bad because I want the font to be the same size.
I mean, I get it, but like...
I don't understand why font is a big thing for my OCD.
Get it, but like... Do you really think it's not better than a 4, but not at a 5?
I'll say it's a 4.5. I've read better, but it could have been worse and it wasn't. There was not smut. If there was smut, I'd probably rate it 5, yeah.
That's
I
true.
like smut.
But I thought it was really cute.
It was very cutesy, HEA, palette cleanser kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did enjoy it a lot. I think I finished it in like 2 or 3 days.
I think I did too, something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I listened
quick.
to the audio version of it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to episode 3 of Spoopy Month of Spook with Bibliophiles Audiophiles. We will see you at the end of the week. This is part 1 of Werewolf. We still have part 2 Werewolf. Yeah, we got like the whole month planned out for different paranormal. He hit that toy.
Yeah.
Different paranormal books. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Bibliophiles Audiophiles.
Nope. Biblio Audio.
Nope. Biblio Audio
Podcast.
Podcast. Listen, I have a migraine.
I could finish if you'd like.
Yeah, you can finish because
Okay.
my head hurts really bad.
Instagram is Biblio Audio Podcast and email is biblioaudiopod@gmail.com. Either way, you can send us stuff on there. Recommendations, reviews, or whatever the hell you want. October 14th, which I think is at the end of this week, actually, that we're recording this.
Probably, yeah.
We will be in Summerton, Alabama for the book fest that's brought on by Booked on Main. That's from 9 to 4. We got a booth going, so if you want to come, you should come because it's cool. Yeah. Anyways, that's it.
Yep, that's it. All right, we'll see you guys at the end of the week.
Bye.
Bye.